Other house in Bloomington, Indiana, the one with Eugene Hopkins, the big mastermind, the Eugene Hopkins mastermind, um, to get his hands in people's pocket. Apparently, Other House knew that if they had sent me 60 cents in Manhattan, in New York, even when I was homeless, that yes, Manhattanites would have not liked to see that. They know that. So they waited until I got to Buffalo. That was a master plan because that is the part when I study that, that's how I know special interest is in my case. Them sending me the 60 cents in Buffalo is not the only thing that point to special interest, but it's one of the highlights. You know, you have. I'm living with it, and I've been studying them for 20 years. As I said, it's like being operated on in an operating room without anesthetic, not even with a local anesthetic. So I'm looking at this, and at the same time, completely sober. I I can't pay for a lawyer. I don't have the money to pay for a lawyer, but what I have is a great cell phone, the cell phone that I am making this video with. And I knew nothing about it, so I had to train myself how to make a home movie off of the, I have all the software on my phone. So I did that. I practiced for about a month and a half. And then, well, the YouTube gurus helped me along. You could go on YouTube and learn anything these days. So the gurus from YouTube, thanks to them, they helped me. I went on and learned how to do this stuff. And it keeps me up 5, 6, 7, 9 o'clock in the morning. I go to bed. So I was forced to learn how to make a DVD movie, so whatever you call it, I learned how to do it. So thanks again to the YouTube gurus. Well, you can see from the date on my letter coming from that envelope coming from the Congress of Library with my equation that was dated August 1999. Okay, well, also my the website for that was built long before that. It was built before I had my green card. It was built in 1999, before 2000 came in, before the millennium changed. And when I collected it, I put it away, as I said. But it was there before the boys from Harvard say they put that big conglomerate, and they had a court case, and the court had to decide who steal what. Yes, I had my website was inviting the world with pictures that I drew to join in and contact me and all this sort of thing. My website was nice. I built it with Claris work. I put all the pictures that I drew from Claris work. I'm not an artist, but I drew it. And I built it. My son, who know the technology well, he loaded it for me on the site, on the server. So yes, when I went to the library in Westfield, as I said, and I opened it a couple times, 2 times or so. The third time, it will not open. They give a bad air message, and that was it. I tried it a couple times after, no doing, and that was it. To me, it was that I am too black to know this. I am black and I should not know this. But they didn't mind getting information for me as it trickled down through the years. And I say, I just put it down and I watch the fireworks. I watch it, and the game and all the insinuendos to come forward and all. Oh, please forget it. You know what I mean? What am I, a child? Yeah, I look at it. I'm going to face that problem. When it was talked to, it was not like I didn't want to face the problem. I thought of it every day, even when it talked about. But the difference was I didn't know what to do. All I did was pray. And the minute I took it out there, it's been there for what? How many? 2 years now. I prayed about it and eventually got an answer about it. To make this video. But no, face your problems, because sooner or later, I would hate. I love writing my book so much, for so many years. My husband knew where to find me. If he couldn't find me when we were on board together, I had a separate cabin if I wanted to. All the Spinks, all the female worker, everyone. Once you sign on, you have your cabin. Even if you're married, your husband could either sleep in your cabin or you sleep in his. I slept in his because his was bigger than mine. But on the night that he wanted to find me and he didn't want ready to sleep and he knew where to come and find me, walked down the hall, the door wasn't locked and he would see me there at my typewriter, even on the North Sea. So I spend so much time with my book. It's a part of me. I want to see it. I want to face that problem because years from now, I don't want to get into my 80 years old, 90 years old and get disgruntled about it. So I want to face it now. So it stay on my dining table and I'm coming after Waterhouse because they're thieves. Today is September 11th. I started videotaping the bills and all the transactions that I had sent to the Attorney General office while making this video. This is it. I started the billing part and the document part on August 26th. Around August 28th, the weather turned here in Buffalo into very drab, no sunlight. I couldn't sit at I had no sunlight to do anything else but to do the billing part. And it was like if the angel of mercy stepped in and cooled down the weather so much, I could have done this. I could not have done it otherwise because the heat would have aggravated me and it was unusual coldness. The bills were aggravating because these were bills that, as you can see, this is the 11th is in there. And the bills that the Attorney General was allowing Waterhouse to rectify and rub off and put in dates and all this sorts of things, and then pass the billing back into the Attorney General office and send it back to me. Yeah, I am sorry that I actually carried those 3 people on my car. What I should have done is to go to a gym, work out, and make a swimsuit or a bikini or something and sell myself because I got my body ain't too beat up at that age. 20 years ago when I started, I was still, I still got a few hair turns, so I shouldn't have put them on my car. What I should have done is work out nice, work up my abs, get my tits up in the air with some good maiden form, with some good bra and stuff like that, go to the store, get some good bra, raise my tits, put on false butt and everything and sell my book. I shouldn't have put those bastards on my car and then receive 60 cents. So yeah, that's my fault. Waterhouse have a bad attitude. I would say a bad attitude. And I say they have a bad attitude because what do they expect? They expect somebody to put out so much money in writing, so much time, so much effort, so much love, and you expect to do what? Eat up our turf, eat up my years, eat up my memory, eat up things, my life before I even set foot off of Trinidad, ever, not even to go on a ship or even to go on Tobago, things that happened to me, in my young days. You're supposed to eat that up, eat my money up, and you expect me to forget about that? What do you expect? What do you sue me? Sue me was a mild thing to say. Some people wouldn't take it so mild. What does these bandits really expect? This is a life story. This is not a story that you sit down and imagine something, This is personal. This is a person's life. This is their property. That's my property. That's my property. That's my burden. That's my laughter. That's my trial in life. You take it. You trample on it. You do what the hell you want to do it. And you say, sue me, sue me, sue me. Being nuts, the word nuts is not even good enough for you. It have people who will go, nuts on you for that. I mean, come on, Mr. Eugene Hopkins. Get a grip of yourself. You should be sacked and chased out of Indiana. Oh no, I am not a lawyer, but I'm only saying what two lawyers has told me. The one that made my will and the one I went to here in Buffalo. That they can go out of state to fight a case. They're not allowed. I'm going by what I was told, but I am not a lawyer. I'm doing what I was told. That Yes, I said they robbed me cold-heartedly. They robbed me cold-heartedly. I put you on my car, and it was to be or not to be. That was a to be or not to be situation. I either do or I don't, and I'm not known. So I had to put you there, and I have to put it there, and so on. And where am I going to sell it? It's print on demand. It's a new system they bring. It's print on demand. You have to push your work out there. And I pushed it in many other forms. You have to put to be or not to be. For me, right now, I am a radical-minded person. I'm not telling you no shit. If I'm a young woman and coming up with a book right now, I'm telling you, I'm looking for the sexiest bikini to wear. I'm going to the gym. I'm going to work out. I'm going to put the name of my property on my breast and walk the street instead of giving it to one of those conglomerate. If I have to wear it on my hairy patch, I will do so. I'm not telling you. These people, they're criminals. You help them and they're giving you 60 cents and telling you about IRS letter. You don't want the IRS on your brain, so you might as well, if you have it, show it. That's what I say. My first typewriter in America. My first Christmas in America, I bought myself for Christmas time Smith Corona typewriter. It had about a 2-inch little screen, and you'd probably push the paper in and so on. I took the text that coming from Canada that I bought in America, did it over in that, and then the lady I was working with also part-time, when she was throwing out a Smith Corona, the big monitor and everything, she gave me one with a screen and I took it, yeah. But first I bought at cash. So it's only 2 second-hand things. Everything I bought brand new for my book. Brand new. I want my money. Yes, I did send the Attorney General a copy of the 25,000 distributors. My complaint number is still on it. The Attorney General office supposed to ask the House which one, where was her sales made at. And also when that go to the IRS, it's supposed to say who sell it also. This is how I know that is that. But they didn't do that. Obviously they didn't do any of that. Well, from that check, I supposed to get back $300 before I start paying maintenance. So I guess you have to minus that 24 cents from the $300 that I was supposed to get back before I start paying maintenance. But meanwhile, with Ingram and the whole pack of them who have been paying, I paid at least 4 or 5 maintenance, $20 at each time for maintenance. What happened? I already paid into that, So this thing is difficult. Just let them people give me back my money. Give me back my money and end the story. And when you have 60 cents and they're telling you somewhere in the 60 cents is 0.24 cents for the ebook, what is all of that about? So it's 24 cents and that's 60 cents royalties for the ebook. So at what point am I going to make this dollar to go to the dollar store shopping? I mean, I am not going to use the word I don't understand anymore, because sometimes I just have to put out the phone and I have to really laugh because the thing is so stupid. I mean, it's outrageous against the bills that I'm showing you here that I spent, and these people should lock the gate and show it the key with those. It may be that Samsung was to get me to open up, the how you call it, the box of this equation, but I am going to be so difficult on that. And I might be even raving mad on it. I ain't kidding you, because the insult and it's better for me than in other words, I had to sit and watch this from 1999 and watch my life took all kind of formation. And I just thank God it was like you sit in and you're being operated on without anesthetic and you have to bear the pain. This is the shit, you see, from 1999 and not. And watching how your life was being curled and nobody give you anesthetic. And I'm not a person to take medicine. They even had me beat up on the subway, and I survived that. And in no way I know New York police come looking for me. You didn't go to the hospital? No, because I don't want them to drug me. No. You understand what I'm saying? So this was to make the swing, but I tell them, like this, I am that serious about it. Don't mess with me with that, because I give it to you. And what did you do? I'm too black to have that knowledge. And I said, what? Wait here. 1 minute. I'm out of here. So whatever was showing there, because this is the zip code where it was sent from in New York, New York. Now you have their stamp also up here. Plus, you have the reference number that they give. So that is what you call excellent copywriting, even though they may have been bullied, I believe, at the time by special interests, because special interests here in America went over this particular subject like a hawk and almost destroyed me. Okay, this is what I did after the 9 men were hanged in Trinidad and Tobago. This is the address of the Congress of Library. I received it in Massachusetts in 2001. This was my P.O. Box in Massachusetts then, 2001, March 5th, 2001. This is the copy they sent back to me saying that they could not keep it because of it was too short. And as you can see here, I'm just going to show when I started this. It was in July of 1999. What interests me here though, and I only noticed this, honest to God, when I'm doing this video, because I just put it aside when I receive it in the same envelope and put it in my storage, and is the August 9, 1999. And I don't know if that's special interest code that I should do more, or what that was supposed to be. I have no idea. But all the 9 men was hanged. They have some very weird special interest people in America. And so the Congress of Libraries asking me here to resend it. That's the reference date they gave me. And they kept the reference date and they kept the copy, and they asked me to send more information. And if I want to redo it, make it a little larger and so forth, pay another fee. They kept the old fee that I sent. And I said, well, this is closed off as far as I'm concerned until, if God give me a second bow. But I didn't become an alcoholic. I didn't become a drunk. I became homeless a couple times because of this. And it all special interest bearings. I realized that God is on my side. I knew when I wrote Divine Equation, I had what we call spiritual intervention in the same apartment in Manhattan where I wrote it. I had the holy body prepared me for this, what I would go through. I would say that much. They prepared me, my body, for this blow. And this may be why I stand up so strong, because I had 5 cesarean in my life, but nothing it was not as painful as what I went through here in America. Doctors in Trinidad said I should have tied my tube when I had my third child. And I said, no, I wanted, I couldn't stand the idea of just having cesarean. But anyway, that's a different story. So I had to go 5, and eventually they tied my tube. But special interest here was worse. I started my book when I was having my third child. But special interest here in my life was worse than the 5 cesarean that I had. And how I know God was on my side is not just what happened to me in the time when I wrote Divine Equation. It was on the day the White House got cracked. I knew that. Being in Manhattan, wanting to leave my car, I went on this interview and when I got there, nice building and everything like that, but it was a room you had to share. I'm not used to sharing any room anyway, but nice building. A police was like, first thing, a police was assisting a drug addict in this wonderful building, and it was really weird, and she was carrying on hysterical and everything else. But in the room now, I alone had was to sit in this interview with five people. And during the earthquake, didn't know anything that the earthquake is going on until I left the room. It was so tense. 5 people or so in this room. It was so tense. I wouldn't say the questioning, that amount of questioning, you don't know it had an earthquake at that magnitude. Imagine that. So it's when I come out that I'm going to find this out. And few of the people in there, I think everybody who was in the room didn't know. But I do know for the rest of their life, they're going to remember that. I mean, it's impossible. I'm not going to take a room with anybody under those conditions. But they did write me, and I said no. This was another letter that was also in Divine Equation that and it was circled by the Congress of Library, and they sent it back. It's just explaining, what the original work of authorship and how it copyright protects the author. It went on to say, and it was asking me if I want to also do anything in a follow-up, but I didn't do that. So that's it. Testing 1, 2, 3. Maybe I should try and dump all the bad attitude today. It's late. It's drab outside. And just maybe my body's feeling like the weather. Cool and relaxed, so I have to pump it up. Anyway, this is a test, seeing if the camera is set right. So I just realized I don't have the speaker in, so I got to turn that on. I have to put that in. So it's a good thing I'm doing this little test. And I don't know what's right or wrong, but to do 2 tests before I start.